What's up? What's up? Let me just set things up here. All right, let's go back to here. Text window should be working, should be up, should be able to see everything. Okay. So we finally made it to our forever home. And I'm probably going to cut some of this stream out so I can use it to make a video at the beginning. So we found the system that we want, right? Obviously, I'm blurring it out because, no offense, don't want anyone to come and find and trying to blow me up. Not yet, anyway. Let me build some bigger ships first. Okay, so let's start off by talking fundamentals, right? These are the fundamentals of industry, no matter where you're going, what you're going to need, and it's basically the priorities of base building. Because to build a bigger base, you're going to need these things first before anything else, and that's going to be your portable setting. So let's go into the build menu. And in the build menu right here, you're going to see there's many different options you can pick from. Now, your core is what you're going to be using the most. This is basically what you need to build everything to go bigger, right? Especially if you're exploring. If you're going deeper into space, these are the 5 things that you're going to need. The refuge, you can argue, because it depends what you're going to be setting up for, what ship you're going to be in. And if you're just exploring, you want to be using this one anyway, the Reflex, because it's going to have a bigger jump drive than anything else. Yes, it's the second starter ship. But currently right now, until people build bigger ships, this one actually has the biggest jump range currently. So what you're going to want is your portable storage, right? That's going to be this one right here. And so all going to take is common ore. This is why you should always, obviously I don't have it. Sorry. You're going to want to travel. If you travel like me, if you're going to go far distances, what I did was, I went a little bit further advanced, and we're going to talk about that coming up, is I built an assembler to build a cargo rig on my Reflex, right? Let me bring up the fitting screen here. And this is the cargo expander here. It actually it fills up your entire cargo. When you're making it, it is actually 512 M3, it's 520 M3. So when you make this, you're definitely going to want to pop it in the cargo and then get to your refuge to put it in. And it's going to bump you up to 900 M3 in the Reflex, which is good for mining, good for fuel conservation, right? You're still going to be capped at 1.75K for your fuel in your tank, but you'll be able to travel with at least 2,000 M3. If you're only keeping 50 common ore with you, you'll be able to go a long ways with this. Now, the 50 common ore is basically for your pit stops. Right, you're going to use that. Let's go back into the build menu. That's B. And that's to make your refineries. Now, your refineries themselves, let's go into one of them here. Let's get out of the build menu. Your refineries is going to break down your basic elements. The things that you find, no, that's your common ore. That is your metal rich ore, your carbonaceous ore, right? In the beginning, you're also going to find some salvage materials, some mummified clones, which, to tell you the truth, currently right now, it is not worth breaking these down. One mummified clone, yes, you're going to find them in like convoy wreckage sites, but they give you 1 carbonaceous and 7 water ice. It's really not worth it. Whereas if you do the carbonaceous ore for 10 carbonaceous ore, which you're going to be getting a minimum of 17 per cycle with your cutting laser, you're going to get 16 and 41. And you're going to need a lot of ice to make the fuel that you need to progress further in. You're going to be able to break down your metal rich, which is going to give you your silicates and your heavy metals. You're going to break down your common ore, which is going to be your, that's also going to give you carbonaceous as well as silicates. So what we need right now is we need just basically a ton of carbonaceous ore. Let's just do this. Another tip here. Yes, you can manually update this, right? Ticking or holding down, but you can't really see because the window is very small. If you tick that one up and just hit backspace, you can type in how many you want to chop down. So every 10, so it's so if we want to do 60, it's going to break down 600 of them. So let's do that. It's going to give us 5 minutes per cycle. We're going to start chopping that down to give us our water ice, to give us our fuel, carbonation materials, which is going to use to build other things. So now you can't go through any of these other windows while you are processing your ores, right? While you're breaking this down to give you your output. And this is a portable refinery, so it's not going to give you as much as a bigger refinery, which is going to be down the road where you have to get to the L points in systems to network those together. But right now we're just talking about the portable core building things that you need. Like I said, so water ice is going to give us our fuel. Carbonaceous we're going to use to give us other things. But like I said, you can't switch around. And when the job's done, if you want to go to another one, you actually have to physically take this out, your input, put it back into whether you're mining from a jet can or whether you are going from your cargo, or like myself, I like to keep my portable storage handy. So whenever I bring up my inventory, I can just pop it right down in there and then pick my next thing, what I'm going to go to. Now in this setup right now, because I'm trying to get my bigger base going, is I got 3 refineries, a printer, as well as storage. So storage you're going to want, obviously, because of the dangers of jet can mining, because those cans, I'm not sure if it's a 30-minute timer or whether it's a 60-minute timer, but once they go poof, you're going to lose everything you had in there. Portable storage is going to stay there. Your printer, let's go into the printer. Right now, I was printing up another mining lens because we are just about defunct from the ones we have. They do last a lot longer now than they did in the previous cycles. But this one, it's 20 silicates to make one. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You basically just break down a little bit of common ore, or it's going to be common or metal rich. You're going to get silicates from those, and that's going to give you what you need to make this. So let's go through what we need from the printer. Well, to build our more advanced structures, we're going to need stuff like carbon weave, reinforced alloys, printed circuits. Now, these things you get from other stuff, right? So we're breaking down tons of carbonaceous ore, right? So that's going to give us our carbonaceous materials. And each cycle is going to give us 14. Now, the nice thing about this is, say we want to build our industry, right? Which is basically what you're going to be doing for your base. The first thing you want to do is you want to lay down a network node. Now, I'm going to be doing this later once I get the materials to do so. Yeah, and it was like 2 hours, exactly. Right now, we have to put this at an L point in the system. I already have one picked out. We're going to drop it down. But as you can see, I need 10 carbon weave, I need 10 printed circuits, and I need 10 thermal composites. Now, that's going to come from our printer. Now, once we get our network node up, then we can start having fun. Then we can actually build bigger things. We can do a shipyard. We can do an assembler. And there's many different ones, as you can see. But the materials are different for each thing, right? So we definitely need to put down a printer. We could have to go regular printer, and that's going to give us some more of our, let's see, that's building foam. So we're going to do printer small, then we go to a printer, then we go to a printer L. Each one is going to give you different things that you can build, and each one has different materials. So as you can see, these bigger items that we need to build, except for the assembler, is going to take something called, building foam, which you can get from the printer. And once we get that up and running, we'll show what that is. But it's basically going to be a grind. But for your travels, like I said, you just need a refinery and maybe a portable storage. And since you're going to be refining carbonaceous ore, and that's going to be in your carbon debris fields, you can really just get it from what you're mining, right? So let's see here. Let's just let me go back to the build menu here, core. Let's see, our printer, as you see, it's carbonaceous. So as long as you have that 50 common ore, right? The real hack is this way you're not, running around with more common ore. You just drop a refinery, you mine a little bit till you have 50 of the carbonaceous, then you could pop a storage container, storage. And those storage units themselves, they, 55,000, right? Oh, no, sorry, 5,000 M3. But that's just a portable one, right? Because we're not really going anywhere with this. This is the stuff that we break down and move with us when we go. Let's continue mining. Oh, all right. We already got our lens, so let's pop our new lens in. Continue mining. So let's go to our refineries here. Let's break some stuff down. We definitely need more carbonaceous, so we're going to keep pumping that into these. This one's going. We're almost done with that one. Let's go into this one. What do I have going on this one? Do I have more carbonaceous going here? Yep. Okay, we can deliver that. We're going to drop some more into there. Drop some more into there. All right. We're going to go one up, backspace. We're going to go 80. It's going to give us 800. And that's going to start going. All right, we're going to go into our third one. All right, we don't have anything going here, so let's drop some more carbon into this. And we're just going to be chewing these up. Backspace 80. 6 minutes, 40 seconds. So it's going to take a little while. And this is all you're really going to need as you are continuing on. What is in this cargo container over here? Oh, common ore. Okay, we'll just put that right in there. It's a nice little view right there, isn't it? So that's basically what we're doing right now is we are just mining. Why is it showing? Why am I mining? Why am I mining my... Oh, no. I'm an idiot. Okay. Because I'm in this. It's not showing my laser beam. Okay. That's showing my direct path. Whatever I select, then it's going to show my path of where I'm going. So. Let's drop these out into portable storage. Let's see how we're doing cooking wise. All right, we're cooking here. All right, another 4 minutes on that cook. And this one's done. Okay. Nope, wrong spot. All right, bring that down portable. Let's see how much carbonaceous we got right now. Don't have enough. We need a bunch because, like I said, for our printer. Let's do another cook job here. Backspace 80. As far, where'd our printer go? Okay. So, like I said, we need printed circuits. We need carbonaceous. And what was it? Thermal composites we need. So this one's just going to be carbonaceous. We can just pump our carbonaceous right into here. And that's going to give us our thermal. It's going to be 14. So we're not going to need that much off the bat for doing that. It is a closed beta. It's not, well, I guess it's semi-closed if you think about it. Only reason because you have to purchase the Founders Access Pack, which... Let me pull up the website. Let me pull up the website because I figured exactly what is involved with that. That's the patch notes. Founders Access. Okay, so there's let me it's over here. Okay, bring this over here. Okay. So you got 3 different packs you can buy, right? You got the Awaken, which is your basic. It's going to be $40, just like a regular AAA game. Let's see. This is going to give you 1 month of premium. Actually, this is going to give you access to founder status throughout the entire beta. Now, they are planning on launching this game called Global Launch, which I believe is sometime in 2026. So you'll be able to play up until launch, and it's going to give you 1 month free subscription after that, after it's opened. Next up is the $70 one. It's going to be 2 months free. That's initiated. You're going to get a 24-hour start at launch. You get 2 ship skins, blah, 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 all that stuff. Okay. Also, you get to reserve your name so no one else can take your name. And the Ascended, which this is the one I got, it's $100. I'm pretty sure I got the Ascended pack. And it's going to give you 4 months premium subscription, so you don't have to, even when it launches, you're going to get 4 months free. Your name reservation, you're going to start 3 days before everybody else, and you're going to get everything else everyone else has. All of these are going to give you the founder access, though, so that you can get into the game early and play it as they're doing. Just like Baldur's Gate 3 did when they did their pre-orders. If you pre-order, you got to play the game in its different builds until the game actually launched. So I think it's a good deal, to tell you the truth. Does that mean once it's ready for release, everything will reset? But yes. Actually, not only does it do it on global launch, but also during what is it going to say? Did I stop mining? I did stop mining. Why did I stop mining? That's annoying. Okay. Every time they do a new cycle, right? They want to try something new. They want to add new content in. They do a wipe. So everyone starts. There's no one, in other words, you're not going to hold your stuff from one build to the next build. Every build that they put out on the server, which usually is, I think, 2 months, shortest one I've seen is 30 days. But a lot of these builds, they will go on for about 2 months or so as they're putting out new content and pumping it out there. What was I going to say? Sorry, brain shot there for a second. I can't even think. What was it just saying? God, I'm brain dead. Founders access, right? We're talking about founders access and wipes. Yeah, so everyone starts at the same on every cycle. No one's getting a head start. The only head start you're going to get is when the game actually goes live, depending on which founders pack you bought. Now, if you don't want to buy the founders pack, perfectly understandable. They do have weekends available. There are some free weekends that actually go on, so that if you want to try the game without dropping the money. So, in other words, because it is a survival MMO, and not survival games are not for everyone. Let's put it that way. And this one, with this new cycle, because they added so much stuff, there have been bugs, and it's been a hard. Let's turn the hull repair off because I'm just burning fuel and capacitor at this point. It's not for everyone. You know what I mean? It was a hard start. Like I myself, if you guys go back to the first day of when I first started streaming, the bug was the carbon fields, which should be in every starter system, were not respawning. So everyone was just getting crushed at the beginning. So you had to keep killing yourself to reload into another system. Hopefully that's going to have the material that you need to progress further. Now, once we did that, I also got further in the game, got blown up, had to start over again. Same thing moving forward. I got far ahead, right? A bunch of systems ahead. And I couldn't jump anymore. There was no carbon to refine into fuel in the system, and I had no fuel to jump out of that system into a closer system. So I was basically screwed. I had to biomass. So one I do suggest is when you do find a good system, if you are exploring, or if you're on your way, say your tribe or basically your corporation has a home spot that you are making your way to, find a system on that route, on that jump route, and drop a network node. Because what you can do on this network node is once you online it, you can actually set it as your home base. So if you do die, or you do have to self-destruct, you will respawn back in that one system that you know there are materials so that you can actually build again and move forward. Oh, yeah, I know a lot has happened on EE. I'm not really playing EE anymore. In fact, I'm going to talk to Rambo. See if they want to run a contest or something to give away the stuff that I have in the game. I believe I have 2 carriers, a bunch of battleships, a bunch of stuff. So I'm probably just going to gift all that stuff so that they can just give it away. I know no one's really flying the ships that I had anymore. I haven't played in over 6 months. And I really needed a break from content creation. Just a lot of stuff going on in life with the kids and everything else. So I did take a step back. But now I've been playing this game. The always plan was to elevate and move to the next Eve property. And this one I was kind of really excited about. So yeah, I was just biding my time till they lifted the NDA so I can do this. All right, so we got our thermal composites. That's one of the resources we're going to need to build our network node. Why did my fan die? That's weird. Okay. I'm going to have to turn the heat off because it's getting warm in here. Let's see here. Let's go back to our refineries because our cooks are done about now. Hey, Kev, what's going on? Yes, this is raw gameplay. Everything is subject to change, right? Because this is still an alpha build, and they're doing new things with each build. Let's see, go 40. That's all I got in there. So cook that. Take the rest of this, move that down into the portable storage. Let's go to the next one. But yeah, no, everything I'm showing here, this is basically the game. This what's in the game. Now, I haven't done any of the PvE stuff, right? There's a lot of challenging, well, it's PvE, so it's, challenging because we don't have the bigger ships. There's a hunt, they have run into issues where the algorithms that they're using are not spawning what they want to. In other words, some of the resources that they're putting out is very, very rare. And they were not intending it to be as rare as they are. So no one can actually get to the bigger ships currently right now because the item that you need to build a bigger shipyard to build the bigger ships, no one can find them because they're just so sparse. They're going to fix that in the next couple days. Oh, good going, man. Have a great night, Kev. Yeah, like I said, man, anyone that, like I said, you have time, right? This is, I think, the 6th cycle build, and I don't think this game is coming out anytime in the near future. I'm banking it's probably 2026 before it comes out. 35, it's 350, do that. Okay, that's cooking. Let's go to the next one. Deliver that. Oh, we still have 486. Drop that. It's going to be 580. So 58. Let's go to portable. Put this stuff in portable storage. We might have enough to start printing the other stuff that we need. Okay, printer. All right, so we got our thermal composites. We also need carbon weave. So that's going to take a lot of the carbonaceous material. So as you can see, all right, we'll do that because that's going to give us the first batch that we're going to need. And the next thing we need is the printed circuits, and that I'm probably going to have to hop around because I'm going to need some other materials. I think I'm going to need metal. No, I think it's silicates. Is it silicates? We're going to find out. It sucks that in the South build you can't see what's on the other menu. You know what I mean? It'd be nice if you can pop around to see while you're cooking things what is there so that you can build further. All right, so printed circuits. Okay, we need silicates and carbonaceous. Okay, that works out fine. So let's put our carbonaceous in. Let's put our silicates in. We need 10 of these. The only thing is it takes a while to cook. All right, so once we get this, we're going to go to my grain spot and we are going to put down a network node. And you guys are going to see it's actually kind of cool. Now, the way this works is your network node is going to power your bigger industry things. Let's go into the build menu. And all of these things here You got, and let's see, that's industry, this is storage. You got different types of storage. Smart, you got a smart storage unit. You got a small, you got a regular storage unit. Gates, defense, so we can put down smart turrets to guard our stuff. You got different hangars, like a large hangar, a small hangar, and what's the miscellaneous stuff? These are just like you can put up walls, so you can actually put, how I told you how everything's line of sight, so I can encase, if I wanted to, my entire base, and and leave it for like one entry to get in to shoot. And you can put up totems. I don't know what these things. They're weird, but they're just decorations. But all of them are going to draw power from our network node, which we are going to have to fuel. So let's get out of the build menu. All right, yeah, I'm going to be right back. I gotta. Now if I actually turn the microphone on, right? All right. This cook should be done. My plan is for these, I'm just going to keep, melting carbonaceous down on these refineries because we're going to need a lot of it. All right, we can do a couple big builds on this. Let's do 800 or 85. No, not 185. All right, so it's gonna start chopping that down. It's gonna be 7 minutes to take that. Let's go our next refinery over. Deliver that. Okay. $70. No, good 200 now. I can cook that. Next one over. All right, we deliver that. So we don't really have a lot of carbonaceous left in this. Let's turn this refinery into a fuel depot by just melting down this ice and making fuel. Let's go up. Yeah, okay. All right. So we got our refineries going again. Let's check our printer. How much time we got left on this? Well, it's about done. Take these, pop that down in portable storage so we can keep on mining. Happy Monday to everyone, by the way. I know another week. I got a minute left on that printer. 1 second. Right, that should be done. Nope, just about 5 seconds left, and then we can go and build our network node. All right. Deliver that. We're going to leave these things in there right now because I don't know what else we're going to need for that. Actually, we're going to need what? We're going to need another, I think it's another, let's build another 10. So I think we're going to need it for the printer. 7, 10. Okay, so we're going to let that print. It's another 6 minutes, 20 seconds. All right, so that's portable storage. Let's bring that over, carbon over, and let's bring fuel over. All right, let me get to our network node. All right. It's actually cool because when you go deeper into space, a lot of these L points are going to have, they can have a lot of things. They can have like a mega structure, an old mega structure. They can have debris. It's kind of cool. So I picked one out, and hopefully no one took it between now and then. It kind of has a mega structure in there. I just think it looks cool. Yep. All right. So it's still here. Beautiful. Let's go. And we go out to the. There you go. So that's the mega structure there. I'm not sure if it was an old space station. Who knows what it was? But this is my L point. Looks like it was maybe a gate at one point. A failed gate that's decayed away. But we're going to drop our network node here. I think it's going to take about 4 minutes to build. As you can see, it's pretty damn big. And this is what's going to power everything that we drop in there. So let's go ahead and start building this. Go up there, we'll fly a little bit. Oh, it's almost up. Okay, so 10 seconds left. All right, so we got our network node down. It's now anchored, and it's ready to use. 1 second, I just need to check something first before I can show the screen. Okay, I just want to make sure it didn't show up the location where it is. Okay, so as you can see, this is our network node, right? Now, what we need to do is to build anything else, this has to be powered. So we definitely have to add fuel to it. So currently right now we're putting 1100 of fuel in, and this is going, now the fuel that you can use, let me just pull this out real quick, I'll show you. You can use different fuels. Now, obviously the different types of fuels will power differently. It'll power further on. We can make, at this point, we can make D2 fuel, or refine this fuel into a higher grade fuel. Anything above that, though, is going to need us to get a specialized laser and lenses to mine those crude rifts. And then we're going to refine that into different fuel. That's going to, let's go, support fuel. So we can use those rifts to make EU fuel and SOF fuel, right? EU40 or EU90, those are going to be our different, those are our different grades, the higher grades fuels. And as you can see, as per, it's going to give you better time. So it looks like okay, so the D1 fuel, it's going to use 10 units per hour of D1 fuel. E going up to the top one, EU90 is going to use 1.11 per hour. So if we have a lot of it, we're pumping this. We don't have to fuel this thing for a while. But we're just going to dump a bunch in here of D1 because it's so easy to make that D1 fuel, and it should power it for at least a couple days. Let's see here. Yeah, 4 days. So just that amount that I have in there right now, right? The max D fuel it can take right now, D1 fuel, is 3,500, 3,571. So we're going to start this up. And there we go. Command executed. We are online. So anything we build here is going to, as long as we turn it online, is going to draw power from this. Now, this can only use, I forget how many gigajoules. As you can see here, I think it's 1,000 gigajoules per L unit that you can power. So the bigger things you have, the more stuff it's going to use. You know what I mean? I don't know if the more stuff you have attached is going to burn the fuel faster. I don't know. I haven't experimented with that yet. Turn this on real quick because I need to bring this up. There you go. Warp back. Turn this off again. And next thing we're going to build. Oh, I'm warping, so I can't really go to build menu. Next thing we're going to do is just a regular print. That's going to be our first thing. And we're going to use that to build our building, the things that we need to build. Now, an assembler is not going to take the building foam. An assembler is to make modules for different ships. So we're definitely going to have to build that. We definitely want to build a small shipyard so we can go up to the next ship that we need. It's a little bit sturdier ship. Warp in here. Now, let's see what we need to make that printer. All right, so industry. All right, a regular printer. All right, so regular printer, we need 2 building foam. So we need to do a small printer first. So that's going to be reinforced alloys and 15 printed circuits. Now, we already got 10 cooking. We can build another 5. That's not a problem. The reinforced alloys, that I believe is metal rich. And let's see what we got cooking. These should be able to be delivered. Yeah. Let's bring that down. Right. So, great industry. Sorry, my brain's shot again. Pop 500 in there, or 800. We're going to cook that up. 3. All right, that's going to cook down. Take all this, drop that in there. Let's take what we have for the other things. Let's see, this one's going to be fuel. All right, got 2,100 fuel. They're in portable storage. Do another run. All right, let's cook up some more fuel there. And our third one. More carbonaceous. Let's see how much we have left. 700, okay. Do another 70. So we cut that down. All right, so we got to go to the printer. Because I said we needed, what, printed circuits, right? No, reinforced alloys. Reinforced alloys, so let's deliver this. That's the 10. We got to take these out of there. Take a circuits in there. We need to make another 5 of those. But reinforced alloys. So I think it's common ore, right? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, common ore and metal rich ore. All right, so we got to mine a bunch of that up so we can cook these. So it was 14 each. I just need to find out. I got to redo, see how much we're going to need of those. Silicates back in there. Put the carbonaceous back in there. Nope, come back here. We just need to do a 5 run. All right. And while that's cooking, we shall go get what the other stuff that we need. One second. All right, we're warping there now. We're going to do a metal rich first, get a bunch of that. Do a load of that, and then we're going to probably do 2 loads of common. A little bit of lag landing on here. There we go. Let's go on tactical. All right, we're going to get a full load of this. We're going to get 2 full loads of the common ore. Let's see what we need. Let's go back to building menu real quick, because for the printer, we need, because we need to do at least 2 cycles of the reinforced, because it only gives us 14. See, that's stupid right there. And I don't mean anything to the devs, but if each run for the carbon weave and for the thermal and for the reinforced, if each cycle to print them out gives you 14, why make this 15? Seriously, just make it 14. Or make it so that when you're doing it, it gives you the 15. Like I don't like that. You have to do a whole nother run of 14 just to get that one. I mean, yes, you could just, if you had salvaged alloys, you could melt them down, and those will give you the odd numbers. Will give you like 4, I think, per. But I don't think there's anything really in the system to do that. You have to do PvE for that. I could check. I don't think. Natural asteroid cluster, planet, metal rich. There's a room bombardment cannon. We could check that. We might have it there. All right. We're good. Unfortunately, this ship doesn't have the power. I mean, I would like to put another mining lens on this, because this ship itself has got the 2 highs, but it does not have the capacitor rating or the CPU rating to, or the it doesn't have the power grid to throw another one on. And even if we turn these off, I don't think it's going to give us how much. Let's see. We can do the math on this. Capacitor need. Let's see. Attributes. That's the lens. I don't need the lens info. I need that one. There it is. All right. So where is our power grid usage? Activation cost. Nope. Recharge. Activation cost is 4. Yeah. So 4.4 gigajoules. Let's see, what do we have here? What can we do? I think there's a way. I forget exactly how to bring up the power grid. So, okay, so 8 megawatts. even if we took these offline, this is 3. This is 5. We might be able to do it if we make one and take these off, but I think per cycle it's just going to run the grid down. So we might not be able to. I mean, I could try it. Go back. It's nothing really exciting today. Once I get the ship up and running, we'll run some sites. Okay. So a pet peeve, I have to actually physically click on the portable storage for it to show up, and then click back into the printer. It's annoying. Drop that in the portable storage. That's the 5 we need for the printer. With that in portable storage, take these out. Drop these down because we're not going to need these right now. Let's go to reinforced alloys. Let's drop our metal right in there. All right, now let's go minus up some common. I think unremarkable. I think that's a common. We're going to go with unremarkable and find out. Pretty sure that's a common ore. I'd have music playing, but unfortunately, the last stream I did, where it said it was copyright-free music for streaming, and I still got copyright smacked for those. So yeah, we're not doing that again. Yep, common ore. Okay, good. Start writing this out. Let's bring some else up real quick. Why is the stream status 4? If everything's buffering, guys, let me know. In apparently it's saying everything's poor. Let's just redo that. Let me see if I can clean this up. For some reason, it's saying that the stream itself is not really working that well. Let me know, guys, in the comments if you guys are experiencing anything that is out of the ordinary here. I don't know why the bit rates are down. So let me try closing out some shit here. Close that out. Close that out. That may have fixed it a little bit. Close this one out. Just about full. Okay. Let's go to portable storage. I'll do another trip here because we need more common ore. Fly right over there. All right. We should have enough for 2 cycles. Good. All right. 36 seconds. Then we'll have enough. We can build our first printer to start building our bigger things. And the other thing is in the building mode, it doesn't allow you to move things along. I think it's the x-axis. Let me look it up here. Right, so you can move things along the x-axis when you're placing things, but you can't move it along the y-axis. Whether you're holding down one of the buttons or not, it doesn't allow you to do it. It's annoying as hell. I will say that. All right, let's move these things over. And of course, it's not allowing us to put it into our... Nope, of course not. It's not going to allow us to do that. We got to get out of this, then access our printer, or sorry, our storage, which is behind us. Now that we clicked it, now we can access it. It's little things like this. Little things like this. They need to do the polish work to fix it up. But again, it is it's an alpha test, so everything's subject to change. It's not polished yet. That's portable. Move the common to portable. We got that. We can try and make one of these. Oh, we'd have to make we'd have to make more carbon weave and so. Okay, so we'll come back to that because let's go do our regular printer first. We got our 15. Actually, do we have enough to make? Let's see. We have small cutting laser. We need 2 and 4, which I do have. Okay, so we can make more. We can make more. Okay, so let's do printed circuits, which is silicates and carbon. I don't know if we're going to have enough silicates, though. It's going to give us 2. Yeah, we can't do 3. Okay, so we might as well start cooking 2. We'll go mine some more to get that. But let's go build our printer, and I can show you guys what's going to be in that printer, okay? Well, now, there's our network node. Let's go into building mode. All right. So let's build. So let's go down. I kind of want these to be kind of in line with each other. But up here is fine. Fuck it. Up here is fine. All right. So small printer. Like I said, we can move things along the x-axis. We just can't go on the. Yeah. See, it just allows you on the x-axis, not the y-axis. If we hold down shift, we do that. Nope. That goes out. Alt. Nope. That doesn't do it either. Yeah. So there's no way of moving things on that access point. So let's do this just right behind it. E to build. All right, it's gonna be up in a minute. And so I can show you what's involved in the printer small, which is different than our portable printer. It just makes everything a grind. All right, 21 seconds. Let's build our bigger things, right? So the next thing we want to build, I think I want to build a shipyard next, right? Okay, so we got our printer small going. I think the next thing, our assembler is going to be for modules to put into our ships. But we need a ship to build to do that, right? So shipyard S, we are going to need more reinforced alloys. We're going to need more carbon weave. We're going to need more printed circuits. So we just got to mine all this crap up. So let's go into the printer small so I can show you guys what the printer small creates. All right, so here we are. First, we got to unline it. Just making sure I got that covered. All right, we are unlining it. Second. Let's move that up there real quick. Okay. We can make our D2 fuel here. We can make more printed circuits. So we don't have to build it over there. It's going to still take the same amount of stuff, whether we do it in that printer or this printer. But at least we can print multiple things at once. We can do our carbon weaves. Everything you can do in the portable printer, you can do in this as well. So, but here is the building foam. This is what we're going to need to build the other things. So we're going to need a lot more carbon weave. We're going to need a lot more reinforced alloys, a lot more thermal composites, right? So we're going to have to break down a lot of metal rich. We're going to have to break down a lot of carbonaceous just to be able to get all these things. So it's going to be a little bit more mining to do this. So I definitely think, yes, we should probably do that. We'd also make the other things. We make the coil gun ammo here, as well as, I believe, a coil gun. It should be here. Ammo. Where's the coil gun? That might be in the assembler. Okay. Okay, so we need to go back to the other. Take that off. Let's go back to the other printer. Oh, did we unline this? 1 second here. We do have to turn it online. Because currently it is offline. We're turning it online now. All right, we go into the network node. All right, and as you can see in the network node, it is should start showing what we're using. Right out of the, yeah, right here. As you can see, very low output. We're using, what is that, 50 gigajoules out of the 1,000 allotment we have for this network node. All right, we're back here. And we're going to, unfortunately, now it's going to be the boring part, which is mining everything up. All right. So we're going to we need a lot of printed circuits. We're going to need a lot of reinforced alloys. We got 13 of them. So yeah, now it's just a matter of just mining everything, breaking everything down, and getting everything that we're going to need to move forward with the next step. First, storage. They really need to fix that bug. All right, so here, we might as well start mining some of this stuff down and just transfer it over. So that's basically what we're going to be doing for the next probably hour or two, is just mining and reprocessing. So I might just cut the stream here because, like I said, I don't want you guys to be bored out of your mind just watching me mine. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Thanks for watching, guys. As we got our base, we're starting to do the process. I'm gonna put out a video like I talked about earlier about the core mechanics of industry, the bigger mechanics, that sort of thing. I'll put a video out. It should be out tomorrow. This way you don't have to watch the whole stream. All right. Thanks for hanging with me. Until I talk to you guys again, have a great week. Have a great weekend. I know it's Monday. Fly safe. And remember, here on this channel, we are always one purpose, one vision, one purpose, one front. God, my brain does not want to work because it's Monday. But I'll talk to you guys again later. Have a great night.